No, it just started. Okay, so. Okay, I'm gonna put it back.
So, yeah, I mean, and you know what?
Alright guys, we really don't know where to go at first. Gosh!
Get a video.
Yeah, I didn't even video, but I'll show you the video right here. Okay, I have to replace the battery already. Anyway, so
I don't know where we're at.
We were talking about hotel.
Yeah,
The hotel. So I'm really glad that I chose Kanab to stay in for the whole week that we were there, because it's very comfortable, closer to a lot of places, and the restaurants though.
they actually had quite a few restaurants.
Yeah.
But their Mexican restaurants, the worst Mexican food I've ever had.
Yes, I'm sorry, guys.
It
But
was bad.
I don't know.
There was no flavor,
Yeah.
and they were packed every night. They were packed,
Yeah.
and after we ate there, I'm thinking, wow, they packed. And they actually had pretty good reviews, but
Yeah. I guess the other people.
I don't know. I mean, we live in Florida,
Ordered
and we have a lot of
something
Mexican people here, a lot of Mexican restaurants, and I mean, Taco Bell's a lot better than this place. Not saying Taco Bell's bad. I like Taco Bell, but I mean,
The people there are nice. They're very attentive.
I think there was the first time we got there, the Friday, we stopped at a Cuban restaurant.
Oh, it's a Cuban restaurant.
And the Cuban food was very
Yeah,
good.
in the
It was good.
afternoon. We
Yeah,
had
it was
lunch
good.
and we had Cuban. I don't know why we didn't go back there.
Yeah, we should have. The pizza joint was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was good.
But I guess we wanted to try other places.
Try other places. So
Yeah.
we tried a few places there, and it was.
Yeah, so we spent our first day, and so we decided to. But anyway, before that.
And the thing is, I don't interrupt, but I find that when you go to tourist places, like tourist towns or touristy towns, the food generally is not that good. And it's kind of like going to iDrive in Orlando. They're probably never going to see you again. There's millions of people come through there, and it's just a place to eat.
I think they're catering more on the elderly, especially if you have high blood pressure,
Yeah, but there's just no flavor.
high
I mean,
cholesterol, and stuff like that. Yeah.
this had no flavor.
Yeah, and I'm
We're
sorry.
dumping hot sauce on it and salt and pepper, and yeah, we go to a little food truck down the road, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
We eat
so-
there twice a week probably.
Yeah.
Tostadas, amazing.
Yeah, so we'll
Amazing.
maybe
$2
go
for
down.
tostadas.
Anyway.
They're so good.
So
We
we
might have
were
some
there.
tonight.
No, we're gonna have fajita. So anyway, so we were there Friday night. Then we decided to drive to Zion because it was only 35 minutes drive from Kanab to the entrance.
To the east entrance.
Yeah,
it was
east
only, it's only
entrance.
about 35-minute drive, so it's,
Yeah.
it's close.
It's close.
Yeah.
So we got there, and guys, here's part of the video, and
It's a beautiful drive.
it's a
Once you
beautiful
get into the
drive.
park, it's about a
Yeah.
20-minute drive in.
Yeah, did a video on that, just our drive
Oh, yeah.
to the entrance of, and I'll put the link below if you wanted to see that. So it was nice. So it's nice to be in a town where you've never been before. So it's nice to look at. Very nice. So that's Zion for you guys in the east entrance. So that's the third day, and we were in Utah. Now the fourth day, we went to. Oh, and also make sure you buy pass, the annual pass for
National
all.
Park Pass.
Yeah, the National
Park
Park Pass.
Yeah.
Which we didn't really use it a lot.
Yeah, we did. We use it.
Oh,
We use it in Zion. We used it in
BRYCE.
BRYCE. So we use it in the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah, so we use it.
So yeah, we did.
And it's like $80. You get it beforehand. You don't have to worry about holding the line up because you
Yeah.
can buy them while you're in the line trying to get into the place.
Yeah.
But then you're holding the line up. Everybody's
Yeah.
behind you, and they're like, "Come on, let's get in here."
That's right.
Yeah.
So I suggest that you buy that
Yeah.
on hand as well.
Yeah.
Next day, Saturday, and we decided to go to Grand Canyon North Rim. So
Oh, is that where we went there?
yes, so from Kanab, Grand Canyon North Rim is only an hour and 25 minutes drive to 30 minutes, depending on the traffic. But there's really not
There's
a
no
lot of traffic.
traffic. I mean,
Yeah.
it's-
So here is the some of the pictures and videos of Grand Canyon. The feast is here as well, and look how gorgeous it is. Oh, and what we like about that is our entrance drive to Grand Canyon. We didn't know anything about this, but we drove through Kaibab National Forest, and here's the awesome picture and video of it. And the best time to go is in October, so you will
You see the leaves change. What kind of trees were those?
aspen trees.
Oh, that's what, yeah, they just flutter.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. The leaves
Yes.
flutter like they're, I don't know. I describe
just
them as
pretty.
like a teaser when you're out trolling off
Fishing.
fishing. Yeah,
Yeah,
a
and
teaser because they flutter and
yeah, and I also made a video of that, the entrance to Kaibab National, or entrance to Grand Canyon. So I put the link below as well for you if you wanted to watch that as well.
I like the South Rim better because you have more trails closer to the Grand Canyon or the canyon itself. As you're hiking through it, you're seeing more of it.
Mm-hmm.
The North Rim was kind of, there's places that you could stop and see it, but it seemed like it was more,
Well,
you just had more places to see.
Yeah.
And it was a lot bigger. The South Rim's a lot, the park is bigger.
yeah, the park
So
is
yeah,
bigger.
it's a lot bigger park.
It's a lot commercialized, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot more people, but we were there. It wasn't
Yeah,
any
it
big
wasn't
deal.
any big
I mean,
deal.
we were there about the same time, 5 years earlier.
5 years ago. So North Rim, it's gorgeous as well. Very, very secluded. Not very much of the tourist
We
spots.
didn't hike down. We didn't take the donkeys down.
Yeah, we didn't do all that. Like I said, we're not adventurous, but we're both afraid of heights. So yeah, we just witnessed how gorgeous it is.
Oh, it's
And-
beautiful. I mean, it's amazing. It's just, it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's
Beautiful.
a big, huge, beautiful ditch. Ditch. Is it deep ditch?
So that's our Grand Canyon day. So we were there for a whole day. Make sure you still bring your plenty of water.
And you can see everything you need in one day.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon, North Rim.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
North Rims.
sufficient.
Some people stay there. There's plenty cabins there, although we didn't because of the price. I
Yeah.
think it
I
ranged
wouldn't really-
from
And it was cold there. It was
Yeah.
that morning. It was down to I think 31 degrees, and we didn't get there till I don't know what time
12
it was.
o'clock.
No,
No?
we
9
didn't.
o'clock?
Yeah, probably 9. But
Yeah.
yeah, the temperature was up, but I was wearing long pants, a long sleeve shirt, and a small jacket. And it was still cool, but if you're in the sun and with no wind, it was fine.
Yeah. So
But we're weenies though. We're from Florida. We don't. 60 degrees is kind of cool for us.
we were gonna go to South Rim, but
It was like a 4-hour drive or something, and
no, 2.5.
it was something like
It
that.
was 2.5 hours
From Canal?
from Canal.
No.
It is. So I'll show you the map. So if you decided to go to South Rim as well,
Well, it's the same Grand Canyon. It's just a different location.
it's on the south.
Yeah, well, north side, there's the south side.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was,
Originally, we were gonna go to Flagstaff as well, stay there for a couple of days, and then go to Sedona. But we cut that out and just stayed in Canal all the time. And we might go to Sedona later on. We don't know.
Canab to North no, she will.
No, just put South Rim, Grand Canyon.
Canab to South Rim Grand Canyon.
Oh,
It's 3 hours and 30 minutes. So it's a
Yes,
long
is
way.
right.
So it was 207 miles, so that's too far. An hour and a half drive was no big deal, but 3.5 hours.
We're not driving. We're not.
Well, I mean, that's a long way.
Yeah. Some people don't mind the drive, because they're already there, but
That's
we
a long
don't
ways.
like driving.
That's a long ways.
Yeah.
We've seen some mule deer. We've seen some mule deer going in and coming out, but we didn't see much wildlife
Is
out
that
there.
a mule?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is mule deer.
Oh, I forgot. We forgot Valley of Fire. We seen a
We've seen some bighorn sheep.
weekhorn ship.
Yeah.
So here's a picture.
Yeah, we've seen
Just
4 of them.
Yeah.
We've seen 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen a bighorn
Yeah.
sheep.
Okay.
There's not many in Florida.
Okay, yeah. The height, by the way, in Grand Canyon is about 88,000 in elevation, so it's higher than the South Rim. So we were
Yeah, I thought it was
huffing and
closer to that. I thought it
puffing,
was
huffing and
closer,
puffing. But I think
Yeah.
we did good that we took that first, kind of try to get used to the elevation. Since we're in Florida, we wanted to make sure we can breathe well.
Yes, you
So
were breathing well.
that was Saturday, and I was having a hard time breathing.
Oh.
Make sure either you have oxygen or you're healthy.
Well, the oxygen will last very long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was Saturday, and we had a great time at that hike as well. And we just hiked a little bit around the woods and see some more aspen trees. Here's some of the pictures. video. Now Sunday, we were choosing between Bryce or Zion, but we decided to go to Zion on Sunday because we think that Sunday is not as busy compared to the weekdays. I think.
Yeah, but
it's always busy.
I read it says generally it's probably busier on Saturday and Sunday on the weekend than it would be during the week. But it still could be busy. It doesn't matter. The parking is limited in Zion. Zion's visitor center parking is limited. I don't know how many cars that can park there. Quite a few, but if you're not there pretty early, you're not going to get a parking spot.
Yeah.
And so then you have to park. Then you have to park right outside, and it's $40 a person.
Yeah.
For them to shuttle you in to get on the shuttles for.
And that's in Springdale. Yeah. Which is just a few.
But I mean, why would you
away.
pay $80 and you can park in Zion for free?
Yeah.
You just got to get there early.
Yeah. So we're
we
blessed.
We made it.
We were lucky. We were blessed.
We drove around the parking lot and we came around the back side and there's parking
spots. Make sure you get there early, and what I like about that is, you can stay there as long as you want. There's no hours.
Yeah, there's no time restriction.
There's no time restriction.
Yeah. Once you get inside, there's shuttles free, and it takes you to
all of the places in Zion.
Yeah, all the places in Zion that you need to stop at, that you can hike to.
Yeah, they'll give you a map. We didn't do it the same. So we will have a video just for the Zion hike. But we enjoy that hike as well. We seen a lot of scenery. We did the upper, lower, middle Emerald Pool, and Navajo Loop. No, Navajo Loop is right.
No,
so anyway, we did the upper, middle, and lower.
And we did the one that also went out to the
River Walk. Yeah. It's called River Walk. It's the entrance to the Narrows.
Yeah.
A lot of people do the Narrows for the experience, but we are not.
Well, no, I didn't want to do it because you have to wear waders. And the water's 55 degrees. You're still going to get your feet wet with the waders because they give you just neoprene boots with boots that slip over the top of them, so you get your feet wet. And you're just walking through,
But, if you wanted to do it, to experience it while you're there. Since you're there, just do it. We didn't. My husband didn't want to do it. Yeah. That's our Zion hike, and it's beautiful. Great experience.
Zion's a beautiful place.
And by the way, if you're hiking Zion, make sure you start at going in to hike the upper, middle, or lower pool. Make a right.
Go to the upper.
Which
first. It don't matter. You can go to the.
It matters.
Because it's just a steep uphill.
Yeah.
But it's a long ways. But people were doing it no problem.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're not hikers, it's better for you to start from the upper, going down.
Yeah. Well, you can
start on the upper. So make a right.
Then you come down the lower.
Yeah. Make a right and then go around, down to or up to Inspirational.
But people were doing it.
Right to left.
It was kind of steep, so I was kind of jogging down because it was easier to jog down than it was.
I was jogging down.
Than to try to step because it's kind of gravelly and it's kind of slippery. But
I was jogging down until I slipped. So I was like, ugh.
Jog.
No, I jogged because I slipped right when I get to him.
You slipped. You weren't jogging then. You were walking.
I was.
No, you weren't jogging.
So I didn't want to slip and fall and die.
You weren't going to die. You were just.
You're just going to hurt yourself.
It wasn't that steep.
It is. I'll show you where it's at. So that's our hike in Zion. And when you go to shuttle, they'll kind of talk to you about the history of the Zion and maybe show you about other people that rock climbing. Yeah. So that's our Zion trip. Make sure you still bring plenty of water.
Oh yeah, bring plenty of water. They also have water stations there for you too.
Yeah.
We got a small styrofoam cooler and we left it in the back of the car and we bought packs of 24 waters. We got 2 or 3 cases and we kept cold water and then we just filled our backpack up with cold water.
And plus the place that we stayed in, Kanab, has the grocery store right across from us.
Oh yeah, that was kind of nice. And then also we got the Holiday Inn ice, so we got free ice every morning.
Yeah, we didn't have to buy ice.
Yeah, we didn't buy ice.
Then make sure to bring plenty of chopsticks and saline solution.
That was the worst part of the whole trip was being from a state that has humidity. Going to somewhere that doesn't have humidity was horrible on our sinuses.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was
make sure
terrible.
If you are not used to that, make sure bring your
bad.
Allergy medicine, vitamins, cold and flu, etc.
It felt like you had a sinus infection the whole time, sore throat. It was terrible.
So we're done with the Zion. Here's our trip.
Gosh, we still got how many
the
more?
Tour.
We got to BRYCE too.
Yeah.
Oh
but here's our favorite tour of all the tour that we did. and it's in Page, Arizona. So Monday, I paid this ahead. I booked this ahead of time.
You have to book. You can't.
You gotta book
can't
it.
go on your own. This is the Inlet Slot Canyon.
Yes, so we
So
went
you
to.
can't do. They all have to be guided tours.
Yes.
It's a Navajo land property,
Yeah.
and so you have to book them because they had a problem that's been quite a few years ago. But there were some people that were hiking, and when you do it, these slots are below the ground, and when we went in, it was like 85 feet below the ground,
Yeah.
and so before this, people just climb down ladders and just go whenever they wanted to go. Well, there was a flash flood up in the mountains the night before, and I guess it takes a little while for all the water to come down, but there was like 14 or 15 people. There was a whole bunch of people down there. Yeah, and they ended up drowning. They made it where they have to, everything has to be guided, and they watch it. So, yeah, I mean, and you know what, you get a tour guide, and they're real nice people. They're very knowledgeable of everything, and so it was fun. It was
And
great.
if you're interested, I will put the link below on what tour.
But the canyon, the Slot Canyon is cool as can be.
Here's
Yeah, I mean,
here's we didn't get to video. You can't really video.
Yeah,
this
they want
thing.
you to can't watch it.
You can take a lot of pictures if.
Well, I guess you could video with your phone. I guess you could.
But the guy was like no video.
No videos, that's right.
So,
That's right.
Yeah,
All right.
and I booked this with the deluxe package, so we were at the front of the line.
Yeah, well,
It's
you
pretty
get
good.
to park your car up closer. Which you get to park your car closer,
Yeah.
and you get a free,
You're kind of like a special treatment.
and you get a free meal, which
Yeah,
you
free
pay
meal,
you pay
free
for
water.
you pay for the free meal,
Yeah.
and you get water. Yeah, so,
And they
but
explain to you the history of the
and it's
Navajos.
ours was a smaller group. We only had like
Six.
six people in our group.
Yeah, 6 people,
Yeah.
3 couples.
Yeah.
It was fun because you know
And
what?
the lower Slot Canyon was
It's the
better
best.
than the upper because we had a gentleman in our
Couple.
couple, and they had done the upper slot the day before, and it wasn't as long, and he felt more rushed.
Yeah.
So, and the lower slot was a lot better, he said.
Yeah.
And it's very short. It's probably only it was like an hour tour. I mean, it was a short tour.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it cost. It was, that was one of them. It was cool.
Yeah, and at that time they want you to wear a mask, so make sure you bring your mask so you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have to
they
buy
do.
the mask.
Yeah, they want you to wear a mask while you're.
They want you to take clear.
Yeah, you can't
Bags.
take right.
Yeah, you can't take anything but your camera, water, and a few things. But
It's kind of like going to the airport. Yes.
so I bought the clear bag for $8. You want to just bring your own clear bag. You don't.
And
have
you really don't have to bring anything because the
Yeah.
tour's not that long, so you really don't need anything. October, the temperature was
Perfect.
perfect. Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it was cool. Especially and you're below ground too.
Yeah.
You're 85 feet below the surface of
Yeah.
the ground.
So we were there about from 11 to 2:30, and it was great.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about that is there's no bathroom. They have porta potties.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what was going on with the bathrooms. They had bathrooms there, but I don't know.
They're broke. I
I don't know
don't
if
know.
they're broke or they don't have enough.
They don't want it to.
There's
do
probably too many people there
That's
for
right.
just the amount of bathrooms. So they
Yeah.
have porta potties on like the east side and the west side of the place.
Yeah. After we did our tour, then we drove to Page. That's the Page. Anyway, we drove to Horseshoe Bend, which is just a few minutes drive from the Antelope Slot
Yeah,
Canyon
it's just-
Spring Water too, because it's a short walk, but if it's hot,
Yeah, and it was warmer that day,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that bad. But it was you think it's not that far, but it's probably half a mile, three-quarters
Yeah.
mile maybe.
Yeah.
Because you think it's just right around the corner, but then you
It's
go around the corner, then you got to go downhill and then around.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, and
Yeah.
it's the Colorado River that you look at. It's
Colorado or Lake Mead.
well, I think it's Colorado River.
Oh, okay.
I think it was.
And
It's
people
cool.
are friendly. As soon as you get there, people help out on taking pictures,
Yeah.
and it's great. You have time to kind of sit down. And where we were sitting at, I think there's not a lot of people wanted to go there because it's pretty steep. It's
Well,
scary.
Yeah, some people are crazy though. They just go
Yeah.
out on the edge and look over and
Ugh,
take a picture.
talking about it, I
selfies
just
and-
get So
Yeah, I'm not good with
yeah,
heights.
here's pictures.
Neither am I, so.
Yeah, we didn't really walk around or hike around that, but you can still do that if you want to. All right. So that was our favorite. We didn't do much after that. We went home and then we had hamburger or pizza. But yeah, it's just nice to know where to go after that. All right, so our last hike of the week. So here's the last hike that we did, and this is in BRYCE Canyon. So so I think it's pretty cool to go to BRYCE, and I think where we went first was a good idea because we couldn't find a parking at the Sunset Point. I think everyone wants to park at Sunset Point, which is I showed you in the map.
Because the one thing is, it's like the first exit to hike.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't have a whole place. They didn't actually have a whole bunch of places to park that you could just get out and hike.
Yeah.
Um,
I think this is the central parking for
Yeah.
the whole
but
hike
they
we
had a
want
few
to go
places.
to.
Good thing is they had a shuttle. So if you hike on one trail all the way to another parking lot, they had a shuttle that would come by and can pick you up and take you back to your car.
So it kind of reminds me of Zion. You know, it's somewhat similar
Yeah,
to Zion.
yeah. But, I mean,
So what we did first, since we could not find parking at the Sunset Point, we went up to BRYCE Point,
right.
and there is parking there.
Which is like the highest elevation.
The highest elevation is about 83 feet, 8,300 feet, the highest elevation in BRYCE.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So we started there, and then we went down to Inspirational Point, which you will see the beauty of BRYCE, because
Yeah,
you're at
yeah,
the very highest
You're
point.
seeing all the hoodoos, and
Yeah,
it's
a lot
the
of
colors
hoodoos.
are beautiful, and
Yeah, and
it's an easy hike.
Yeah, it's an
It's
easy
an
hike.
easy hike.
So we went down from BRYCE to Inspirational Point. Then we took a shuttle,
back to
our parking,
Bryce,
instead of going back up.
Bryce Point.
BRYCE Point.
Yeah, and we got in the car, and then went back to
Sunset Point.
Sunset Point, and we found a
drove
parking
there.
spot.
Yeah,
There was a parking spot
luckily.
there.
luckily.
And there's bathrooms there. Bryce Point, there's no bathrooms. So,
Either pee in the woods.
yeah. Pee before you get there, pee in the woods. And then, so when you get to the other place, actually there's Sunset, there's a cop there.
Yeah, I think Inspiration Point has a bathroom there.
Yeah, they have bathrooms there.
Yeah, but it's kind of like an upscale porta potty.
Well, it's a metal, it's a concrete building, but it just
Yeah.
has, it's just it's not a flushing toilet, it's just like,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
body. It's just,
yeah.
yeah, so it's kind of nasty.
So make sure you bring your walking stick. Because there's some part there that's kind of hard. So if we don't know, we would have brought in our walking stick at
We
that
didn't
time.
need walking sticks. We really didn't. We didn't need walking sticks.
We do.
No, we don't.
So anyway,
She didn't need a walking stick.
Yeah,
She thought
so
she did, but
we-
we used our walking stick one time. I used it one time, and we were at Zion, and it really didn't need the walking stick.
yeah, guys,
And we suggest starting where we started,
Sunset Point
Sunset
up
Point,
to Sunrise.
and it goes down. What was the
Navajo Loop.
Navajo Loop?
Yeah, it's a
You
Navajo.
go down Navajo Loop because if you start at the other end and go around, you have to come up Navajo Loop, and it's not the elevation. It's only like a 700.
23
no,
feet.
no, it's 700. Let's little less than 700 feet of drop.
Yeah.
But man, coming back up, if you were to come up Navajo Loop, well, we've seen people coming up it and they were huffing and puffing. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's uphill. And
All the way
yeah,
up.
and we talked I spoke with a few different people, and one guy said, "Oh well,
It's
you know,"
the same.
he says, "Yeah, it's the same. You got to go down, you got to come back up."
Yeah.
Well, it's not the same because going the way we went, it was spread out further going uphill
Yeah.
rather than the distance from the Navajo up, because it was like they had these like switchbacks and switchbacks. It was
Yeah,
up
here's
and up
the
and
video.
up, and then once you got past the switchbacks, then you had to go up this hill, and then you had to go up this other hill, and it was just like
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess it's
people
your
are
own
huffing and
choice,
puffing.
but I think this is how we prefer. We
Yeah.
prefer to. I'm glad that we started at Sunset Point.
And my
up
brother-in-law
Sunrise.
told me to go the way we went. Yeah, it's steep.
Yeah.
There was one gentleman. This guy was bent over about to die, and I didn't know why he was that bad. And then we went downhill a little bit, and I had to look back around, and he's carrying his little girl. The girl probably weighed 50 pounds. He's carrying her on his shoulders. Yeah. But it's beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
it took us, I think that hour. That's the one we did about an hour and a half.
Right.
Hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, and it's
Yeah.
pamphlet. It's a 2 to 3 hour hike.
Yeah, we
But-
tackle it.
Well, I mean, and we even took like a million pictures. So
we
we
take
took
a lot of pictures.
We took a lot of pictures. It's only took us
Take
like
a
an
lot
hour
of
and a half.
pictures. Yeah,
So-
if guys, if you don't want it to go back there again, or if you're while you're there, make sure you take a lot of pictures and videos. We were gonna do another hike. It's called Peekaboo Trail.
Which is kind of funny. We met a couple on one of the trails. I think the first trail we did.
Right.
Maybe I don't know when it was. But anyway, it was about 1 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock in the
Yeah, it was
afternoon.
about 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yeah.
almost 2.
And that's, I said, oh yeah, the wife and I are going to do that trail. And I said, well, what if there's enough time? He goes, oh yeah. He says, it's only like a 3 or 4 hour trail. So,
3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
And we look at each other like, 3 to 4 hours? I don't know if we're going to do this or not.
I know.
I-
If we probably did it,
we could have done it. But
yeah,
it,
we had a good time already on where we went. Yeah,
We was able to go back the next day, but but
yeah, we did
it's
it.
you know what you see all of the sights, and
Yeah,
it would have been really any difference.
that's right.
of
Well,
sights.
it depends. Again, it depends. Me and my husband, that's how we feel.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to go to Moab or Salt Lake City where the arches are, but it's a long.
I told her I'd buy a ticket anytime she wants to go.
Yeah. We just kind of
No,
walk
we
around.
had the next day. That was the only day we had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we only had one day after that. We walked around the city and
Yeah.
goofed around, and yeah, it was
Yeah,
nice.
it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
and
bought
then-
some shoes. No, that was in
In
Vegas.
Vegas,
That was in
yeah.
Vegas.
So that's the whole trip in Kanab, and then we went back to Vegas and stayed in Hearn. Hearn is a pretty place. There's no gambling, there's no casino, nothing. It's pretty much
It's
just
an older hotel, but it's very
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
conference hotel.
Yeah,
It's
so I
really
mean, it
fun.
was quiet. It was
Yeah.
clean. It was nice.
Yeah. So if you're not planning of walking around the strip, you know, or not
Yeah.
gambling,
Last time we were there,
No
we
smoking,
we walked
no.
the strip last time we were
Yeah.
there, and I'm like, okay, we seen that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
good place to stay because you know why? It's Ahern has the monorail system. So Ahern, and then it takes you to the places where you want to go. So
Yeah.
I think
we
Ahern,
didn't do that, but I mean,
yeah, we recommend Ahern if you don't want any places that has gambling, smoking, clubs, nothing like that.
Cool.
No,
I mean,
it's
it was
basically a conference center. It's a place where you know businesses have holding their conferences. And what I like about where we stayed at is from the parking to our room. You know, it's fairly walking this very close to where the parking is.
yeah, but it was.
Yeah, and then there's a breakfast place right there. You know, and a
Oh,
coffee
yeah,
place.
there's
Yeah.
there's a couple places to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so-
it's very convenient. So I think that's the end of our report to you guys. It's just very informational. We didn't show a lot of places, but on our next video, you will see where we went. I mean, the buffet, Zion, BRYCE, Beach, and also Vegas. And I think that was it. If you have any other question or any question, make sure you comment below. And if you appreciate this kind of video, please like and subscribe. And we will see you on our next adventure.
Yeah, and
If there's any.
if you see me not looking at the camera, I'm looking out the window because there's a lake right here. that
We're
just can't-
facing our
Yeah.
gorgeous lake.
And so I just can't look at it. It's hard to look at the camera.
Yeah,
so
let me show you.
Here's what we're looking at. So it's
Yes, see, and there's a bird flying there too. So it's a beautiful view, and we love our place. So until our next adventure, make sure you hit like and subscribe.